Exclusive interview. Rick and Morty, Samurai, and Shogun writer-director Kaichi Sato talks sequel plans and more. Kaichi Sato is a director of both anime and live-action films. After they began doing short works for Adult Swim, he got the opportunity to make the Samurai Shogun Rick and Morty anime that's available on the season for 4 Blu-ray. Otaku USA talked to Saito about his various projects and where you can see them, the influence of Lone Wolf and Cub, and how he's planning to sequel to Samurai Shogun. How was the process of creating the Rick and Morty anime Samurai Shogun? This project was not just simply about adapting Rick and Morty into the Japanese style, but instead my aim was more to express the hybrid of Japanese and American animation, and made efforts with the staff to do so. First, I watched and reviewed all the episodes of Rick and Morty in the original the movie version of Lone Wolf and Cub, and pulled out the details I wanted to use and write the overall composition or screenplay. Then, I drew the rough draft of each of the cuts. After that was what you will call the animation work process for the storyboard owned by Dean Digital. However, there are many unprecedented endeavors such as expressions, the default bloodshed, the overall color to it, the light story setting, and sound effects, etc., etc., etc. And it becomes a series of trial and errors until the end. Samurai Shogun pays homage to Lone and Wolf and Cub. How did Lone and Wolf and Cub remind you of Rick and Morty? How did you decide to combine the two? What did you receive? This project from Production IG USA was submitted several different ideas such as vision, robots, and things set in Akihabara, but right after that, I suddenly had a flash of an idea that Rick and Morty's base format of an adult and a child duo going on wild and radical adventures was close to Lone Wolf and Cub and thought it would be interesting to smash them up. From there, I was given some time to draw a second draft, and when I submitted it, I was given it okay in one shot. In the first place, my late father was a huge fan of Lone Wolf and Cub, so I was quite familiar with the comic and video versions. There was a father and son who thought my father serpent. I believe he was in the comic too. Lol. When I was a kid, I remember watching the movie version with my father and being shocked by the bloodshed and decapitation scenes. And so this time, I felt like I was working on the production while conversing with myself from that time. What other works have done for Adult Swim? The first one was an idea I produced called Ekikote, and then I made the Rick and Morty Season 3 promo scene, Gearhead. Rick and Morty wasn't introduced much in Japan at the time, so I saw it for the first time. I instantly became a fan. It was the first time I got this hook on an American animation since Powerpuff Girls. And includes quotes for Zardos. It was a work that was quite close to my taste, so I definitely wanted to get involved in it again if I had the opportunity. I can tell us about the other films and where people can watch them. The first kind of animation work that I produced was Alien, 30 minutes. The next one I made was Demonic Venice, 20 minutes. Each of these is a work and hard comedy in which various social issues and the psychology of the individuals and the general public surrounding them are satirized into black humor in the style of horror and hero movies. You can watch these two works on YouTube and Vimeo. The next one, Anna Kidnapper, 27 minutes, was a retro-fashionable animation work that was made by mashing of 1960s French and British movies. In Japan, there was a theatrical release on Blu-ray software sales and distributions. However, it is currently not available in North America. I'm planning to make this publicly available on YouTube and Vimeo soon. Anna was regularly screened in 2019 at multiple film festivals, many in NY and Atlanta. So some of you may have already seen it. My latest work so far is Love Hotel, 25 minutes, which is a live action work that makes heavy use of CG. It's a horror comedy where the female alcoholic psychic exorcises ghosts that appear at Japanese love hotels. I actually used to direct live action films in the past, but lately been continuously working on animation, so this was the first one I made in a long time. I'm planning to release it out in film festivals in various countries, mainly North America, so if you see the title out there somewhere, please give it some attention. Also, if there are people or companies who are interested in the distribution and commercialization of these works, please contact us. Each of the films is different, but they are all thought-provoking. What do you want to accomplish with each of them? I'm happy to hear you say that. It's a category of entertainment, but things are taken or granted in society or make our minds to go blank in the case of my works. Killing and eating creatures, violence in the name of justice, bonding and jealousy that's justified by love. I raise issues from the various angles and the story based on their concepts. However, instead of denouncing these many themes, I keep it in mind design it to lead the answers to the audience. I just hope that the audience notice something after watching. However, when it comes to thought-provoking works, in the current situation, isn't Rick and Morty the strongest? Lol. That's why I was earlier able to devote myself to the action when making the design to the Samurai Shogun. I've been a big-headed lately, so with a good way, I think I was able to move forward as a creator. To all those who invoked and those who have seen it, I thank you again for the bottom of my heart. Is there anything else you like American anime fans to know about you? We're currently planning a sequel to Samurai Shogun. I have a number of good ideas, so we definitely want to make them happen. Also, this is just a dream of mine, but sometimes I would like to participate by implementing my own ideas into the main story of Rick and Morty. As a Japanese animator, I think I'm a person who's quite an alternative side, but I'm going forward. I would like to work for both major and independent works, so I hope you will keep me in mind.